Hey guys, good afternoon. I'm working hard for your sake. So in the same way, you also have to work hard, right? Especially I'm making videos for Telangana Social Welfare Junior College for Boys, Goldi, right? This is my third video in the today's session itself. Second video in today's session, on 14th of October. Right. So, anyways, so this is the question I'm giving you. I have given you a second question. Serial number, applied force 1 Newton, 2 Newton, 3 Newton. This is a diagram. On mass of 1 kg, you are applying a force of 1 Newton in first time, 2 Newtons second time, 3 Newtons third time. In which of all the three scenarios, block will move? Whether block moves in all the three cases, or block doesn't move at all, or block is ready to move. Let us discuss all these three cases. In this scenario, you will get one clarity. Right? ఏంటంటే నాన్న మనకి ఫస్ట్ కావాల్సింది F is equal to 1 Newton తీసుకుంటే what is the whether this block will move or not, let us see. Right? Now, so first of all, you have to find out limiting friction. Let us write the formula for limiting friction. Limiting friction formula is mu s into n. As you know very well, normal force is balanced by mg. So mu s into mg, and here these values are given. Mu s is given, mu k is given, g is given. All are given. Mu s is equal to 0.2, mu k is equal to 0.15, which is less than mu s because coefficient of kinetic friction is always less than coefficient of kinetic friction. 0.215 is less than 0.2, remember. 0.2 is nothing but 0.20. This is 0.15, right? So 0.15. So if I substitute these values, let us see. Let me find out the value of this limiting friction. What will get? Let us see. Right? What is the mu s given? Mu s is given as 0.2 into mass of block is 1 kg, and g value I have given as 10 is equal to this decimal and the 0 gets cancelled, 2 into 1. So 2 Newton I am getting. This is the value of limiting friction. Now in first case, I have applied a force of how much? I have applied a force of 1 Newton, but limiting friction is 2 Newton. Applied force is equal to 1 Newton. Which is less than limiting friction. Because limiting friction, what I got is 2 Newton. When applied force is less than limiting friction, does block move? No, block will be at rest. Therefore, I can say that since applied force 1 Newton is less than limiting friction, block remains at rest. Block will be at rest. So what is this friction called? The friction is, this force is not sufficient to move the block. So the type of friction what I have observed is static friction. That what we all observe is static friction, is it not? Because the block is unable to move with this force. This force is not sufficient to move the block. Let's see, for 2 Newton, applied force is 2 Newton, and limiting friction what I got? 2 Newton. Limiting friction, this is maximum value of static friction. This is maximum value of static friction, means this force is sufficient, just enough to move the block. Here applied force is 2 Newton, right? And limiting friction what I got is also equal to 2 Newton. When both are equal, body is about to move, or body is about to slide on the surface. Right? Now let me erase this part. Now what I mean to say is, second case, if applied force is equal to 2 Newton and limiting frictional force what I got is also 2 Newton, then I can say that then capital F, or I can say that capital F is equal to limiting friction, which implies body is about to slide, about to move or slide on the surface, slide on the surface. Now which type of friction I can observe in this case? Because both are equal, applied force is equal to limiting friction now, right? In the previous case, applied force is less than limiting friction, it is still in static friction only. Now this is also static friction, but it is limited to an extent. How much? 2 Newton, right? So it is called as limiting friction. Maximum value of static friction is called as limiting friction. So when F is equal to FL, I got, so body is about to move or slide on the surface. Now what is third case? Third scenario I have given as 3 Newton. Applied force is 3 Newton. Let's see. Applied force is 3 Newton. This is second case. This is case 2. And case 3 I will take. Case 3 as applied force I have given as 3 Newton. And this 3 Newton is applied force, limiting frictional force is 2 Newton. So, applied force is greater than limiting friction now. When applied force is greater than limiting friction, the block will accelerate. Block moves. The block moves. Right? F is, therefore, I can say that, which implies block or body moves. Moves means what? It has acceleration now. It has acceleration. Therefore, body accelerates. Now let us find out the net force. What is the net force? What is the net force on the body? What is the net force on the body? I am writing here. So therefore, net force is equal to applied force minus kinetic frictional force. Now kinetic frictional force will come into picture because the body is moving on the surface. So F net is nothing but MA. MA is equal to capital F minus, this one is nothing but mu k into mg, because, or mu k into, right, let me write N first, normal force, but normal force is balanced by what? Mg. So MA is equal to F minus mu k into mg. We want acceleration. What is your of mass? Mass is given as 1 kg. So 1 into A is equal to applied force is how much? Applied force is equal to 3 Newton. 3 minus mu k value, I think I have taken 0.15 into mass is again 1. G I have given as 10. So from this, A is equal to 3 minus 0.15 into 10 is 1.5. 3 minus 1.5, which comes out to be 1.5 meter per second square. 1.5 meter per second square. Because body is moving now, body accelerates. Okay. In the second case, as the body is about to move, but acceleration is not there in this case, so I can say that A is equal to 0. Of course, A is equal to 0 in first case also. When the block or body is at rest, then also it is not, it is at rest, acceleration is 0. In this case also, when both are equal, when applied force is equal to limiting force, what is net force? Net force is again 0. When net force is 0, acceleration is also 0. Net acceleration is 0. Is it not? So A I am getting as 1.5 meter per second square. So till now we have discussed horizontals, block on the horizontal surface. Now let me, of course, now also I will discuss horizontal surface only, but I will pull the body with certain angle. I will show you what happens. Hope I am clear till here. Right, let me erase this. Okay. Now let me show you another question. I think question number 2 for today, in this session. Let me give you like this. The force P. ఒక్కోసారి మీకు మ్యూఎస్ మ్యూకే రెండు ఈక్వల్గా ఇవ్వచ్చు కొన్ని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్లో. అసలు ఇవ్వకపోతే మ్యూఎస్ మ్యూకే రెండు యూ కెన్ టేక్ ది సేమ్ వాల్యూస్. మ్యూఎస్ వాల్యూ మ్యూకే వాల్యూ విల్ బి సేమ్, రైట్? సో ఐ హ్యావ్ గివెన్ ఎ బ్లాక్ resting on the horizontal surface, block of mass, let us say 5 kg. 5 kg block is lying on the horizontal surface, and here you are pulling this block with a force P, which is making certain angle, let's say 45 degrees with the horizontal. హారిజాంటల్ డైరెక్షన్కి ఇప్పుడు ఇంక్లైన్డ్గా you are pulling this block with a force P, making an angle 45 degrees with the horizon, right? Let us try to resolve the components of forces, but here I have given, these are given values. Mu s is equal to mu k, both are equal to 1/3, let's say 1/3 or 0.33 అనుకుందాం. రెండు సేమ్గా ఇచ్చినాం. ఫర్ మై కన్వీనియన్స్ ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ యూ. Sometimes you may get problems like this also when mu s is equal to mu k, because mu k is slightly less than mu s. I'm sorry. Mu k is slightly less than mu k is slightly less than mu s, but here I am considering these two as equal, which is equal to 1/3, right? Now what I want is find the least value of P value కావాలి to move the block, block. This is the scenario. Least value of P means what? Again, least value ante minimum value to move the block. What is that friction called? Limiting friction. That is nothing but limiting friction. This is nothing but limiting friction. Otherwise, if the block cannot move, limiting, unless it attains a value of maximum value of static friction, the block will not move, right? Now let us try to understand the diagram, right? So what I will do is, let me show you separately by drawing the diagram what are the forces that I can show you. Here the block of mass M is equal to 5 kg, right? What is the weight is nothing but mg. This is normal force. Normal force is not balanced by weight here, because you are pulling this block which is by a force P, which is making an angle 45 degrees with the horizon. Whenever you have an inclined vector, you can resolve this into two components. You can resolve this into two components. The component touching the angle that you will name it as P cos. So this here you will get P cos 45 degrees. And the angle which is not touching the vector P is nothing but P sin 45 degrees. Now when you pull this block with a force of P Newton, by common sense you can tell this block will move towards right side only. It cannot move towards left, because you are pulling it, is it not? When you pull this block towards right side, In which direction friction will act? Friction will act in the opposite direction. This is Fk. Friction always acts tangential to the surfaces in contact. Friction always shows at the bottom between the surfaces in contact. This is P and this is Fk. Now here, after resolving this, now you can identify the forces easily, right? I want FL, limiting friction. Limiting friction will come into picture only when these two forces are equal. This is not Fk, because here I am asking you least value of P, that means FL. Limiting friction must be equal to what? This horizontal component of force, P cos 45. But I want the value of P. With what force I need to pull the block making an angle 45 degrees. I want the value of P but not P cos 45. But from given data you can find out. Now how, if you resolve this, after resolving this into components, now which forces are balanced? Tell me. This limiting friction is equal to what? P cos 45 degrees. Right? Is it not? P cos 45 degrees. This is the condition. But what is the formula you have for limiting friction? Mu s into n is equal to P cos 45 degrees. But if you take along y-axis, what are the forces that you can observe? On the upper side you have two forces. One is normal force, other one is P sin 45. Downward force is mg. As the block is not moving at all along y-axis, so net force must be equal to 0 along y-axis. That means upward forces, sum of upward forces must be equal to weight of the block. Right? So from this I can write, let me take this as equation 1. Second equation is n plus P sin 45 degrees is equal to mg. Can I write like this? N plus P sin 45 degrees is equal to mg, because sum of upward forces must be equal to sum of downward forces. Here we have only one downward force, mg, right? Now from this, what is the value of n? Okay, can I write? Okay, n is equal to mg minus P sin 45 degrees. I'll take this as equation 2. I will plug in equation 2 in equation 1. I will put this equation 2 in equation 1. What I will get? I hope I am clear till this point. Right? I have given the values of mu s. Mu s is equal to mu k is equal to 1 by 3. I am writing for my sake for doing calculations. G value I have given as 10 meter per second square again. I am assuming 10 meter per second square. Now when I substitute equation 2 in equation 1, what I will get now? So putting equation 2 in equation 1, we get mu s into n is equal to, okay, mu s into n is what? N is mg minus P sin 45 degrees is equal to P cos 45 degrees. Right? Is it not? Right. Now, what are the values that are given? Mu s is given as 1 by 3. 1 by 3 into mass of the block is 5 kg. So 5 into 10 minus P value we have to find out. P into sin 45 is how much? Sin 45 is 1 by root 2 is equal to P into 1 by root 2, because cos 45 is also equal to 1 by root 2. Right? When you solve this, solve for P, how much you will get now? I think all values we know. Right? Now what I will get? Here I will get 1 by 3 into 50 minus p by root 2 is equal to p by root 2. Take this, okay, let me simplify. Where is mu? Yeah, mu already I have taken 1 by 3, right? Fine. Mu I have taken as 1 by 3. Right, now I will do one thing. I will split this 50 by 3 minus p by 3 root 2. 3 into root 2 is 3 root 2 is equal to p by root 2. Take this towards right side. So what I will get, which implies 50 by 3 is equal to p by 3 root 2 will become plus p by root. Is it not? Rendo ఒకటే కదా. So 50 by 3 is equal to, I can take p by root 2 as common. P by root 2 as common. 1 by 3 plus 1 I can write. Because I want the value of p. So solve for p, you will get the answer. Let me solve this. So here let me write. So 50 by 3 is equal to p by root 2 into, if I take LCM, 3 into 1, 3 plus 1, 4 by 3. This value is 4 by 3. 4 by 3. So here I can cancel 3 and root 2 goes here. So 4p, 4 into p. 4p is equal to what you have, 50. From this p is equal to 50 divided by root 2 is also there, right? 50 root 2. So 50 root 2 you have 50 root 2 by 4, which comes out to be 4 ones, 4 12s, 48, 12.5. So I am getting the value of p as 12.5 root 2 Newton. 12.5 root 2 Newton is the answer. Right. This is another example that I have given by pulling the force which makes an angle, some angle with the horizontal. So you need to understand the resolving of vectors. That is the reason you practice vectors. You practice resolving vectors, how to resolve vector. Right? This is another model that I have shown. Now let me give you another application. You take that as application and remember that as formula. Fine. Now application, friction on a vertical wall. Friction on a vertical wall. That means I have a wall. This is another application, somewhat different when compared to the previous ones. This is wall. Of course, wall is always vertical, right? Vertical wall. What I am doing is I have placed a block of mass m and I am applying a force F. I am pressing this block. I am pressing the block, or I am pushing the block with a force F. How normal reaction will act? How normal force will act? Normal force is the contact force. Contact force between the surfaces, and it always normal to the surface. Normal force will be like this. This is normal force. This is normal force. How the weight of the block will act? Weight always acts vertically downwards. 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 Now my question is, what is the force that I need to apply in order to make the block not to move? ఎంత ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేయాలి, ఎంత ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేయాలి ఇది కింద పడకుండా ఉండాలంట. రైట్, ఇక రెండు కేసెస్ డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. కేస్ 1 ఈజ్ లైక్, ఓకే, నౌ యూ టెల్ మీ, when I push the block by means of an external force F, normal force is acting in the opposite direction. So can I say that normal force is equal to applied force? Because block is at rest in the horizontal direction. Block is at rest in the horizontal direction. Now if at all, if the block moves, falls down, how the friction will act? Friction always acts opposite in direction to the motion of the or you can say relative motion between the wall and the block. So Fk, if at all acts, or if friction acts opposite in direction. This is the direction of friction. This is the direction of friction, right? So N is equal to F. Let me take this as equation 1. So as you know, limiting frictional formula is nothing but mu s into n, right? Mu s into n, but n is what? N is equal to F. So from this, limiting friction I got as mu s into F, since n is equal to F, since n is equal to F. Okay, this is value of limiting friction. This is nothing but limiting friction. If this limiting friction is greater than mg, then the block will not fall down. If this limiting friction is greater than mg, then the block will remain at rest, is it not? ఇది ఎక్కువ ఉంటే కింద పడదు, అంటే అంత ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేయాలి. How much force I am applying? Normal force is equal to applied force. So this limiting friction, as it is not falling, I can say that if, okay, first case, for here, case 1 is again, if limiting friction is greater than mg కంటే ఎక్కువ ఉంటే, or I can say mg, FL is greater than or equal to mg, then block is at rest. Block is at rest. Now suppose if this limiting friction is less than mg, case 2, if limiting friction is less than mg, then what happens? Block slides, block moves vertically downwards. Then I can say that block slides. Then block slides. That means block has acceleration. That means there is a net force. So what is the net force I can write? Slides down. Therefore, net force is equal to, net force is equal to mg is greater than mg minus Fn, or because as it is moving, I can now write this as Fk, mg minus kinetic frictional force. Kinetic frictional force exists when the body is in motion, because here the body is in motion. Now immediately that limiting friction has changed to kinetic friction, right? So mg minus Fk. But what is Fk? What is the formula for Fk? Fk is nothing but what? But Fk is equal to mu k into n. This is the formula we have mathematically. So let me substitute mu k, Fk value as mu k into N. Therefore, net force is equal to mg minus mu k into N. But what is N? N value is equal to F from equation 1. N value is equal to F, is it not? So let me write here. Therefore, F net is equal to mg minus mu k into F. But I want acceleration. F net is nothing but mass into acceleration, is it not? So let me write here. M into A is equal to mg minus mu k into F. From this, A is equal to mg minus mu k into F by M. ఇంకా మంచిగా రాయాలనుకుంటే దీన్ని స్ప్లిట్ చేసి రాసుకోవచ్చు, లేదనుకుంటే వదిలిపెట్టేసి mg minus mu k into, I think what I have asked, I did not ask acceleration. Force I did not know. Force I did not. Yeah, anyways, acceleration you can find out from this. A is equal to mg minus mu k into F by M. With what acceleration, if at all, if it slides, what is the value of acceleration with which the block slides down? So this is the formula. So finally what I got is acceleration is equal to mg by m and g minus mu k into, here what I am getting is mu k into F by m. Or you can write or A is equal to mg by m చేస్తే g వస్తుంది మైనస్ ఇక్కడ mu k f by m ని mu k ని సెపరేట్ గా రాస్తున్నా because force by mass is again acceleration, right? So I am writing in brackets f by m in brackets, or A is equal to g minus mu k into f by m, right? Fine. Okay, now let me give you another question based on this scenario. Let me give you another question. Actually not feeling well today, but still I want to finish off the syllabus. That's the reason I'm okay. Next question 3. In question 3, I have a truck. Right, to which a block is fixed. Block of mass m is fixed. Right, block of mass m is fixed. The question is, with what acceleration the truck has to move so that the block remains in contact with the truck. Block remains in contact with the truck. Remains in contact means block is at rest only. What should be the minimum acceleration, or what should be the minimum force that I can take? ఒకవేళ పడితే మనకి ఎట్లా పడుతుంది, బ్లాక్ పడితే కింద పడుతుంది. బ్లాక్ కింద పడుతున్నప్పుడు what is the weight of the block? mg is the weight of the block. When the block is sliding down, the frictional force acts in this direction. This is the value of frictional force. But what I want is, what is the value minimum acceleration of the truck so that the block is in contact with the truck itself. Block is in contact with the truck. Now here again, when the block is in contact with the truck, normal force will be like this. This is the normal force. This is the normal force. As you know, as the block is in contact with the truck, these two forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Is it not? So can I write like this? So I can write F is equal to mg, because both are equal in magnitude but opposite in, and I'm writing only the magnitude. F is equal to mg. But what is the formula for frictional force? Or what is the value of, let me take this as limiting frictional force. Limiting frictional force is again what? Mu s into n is equal to mg. Is it not? And this is the only force, normal force is the only force which is making the lorry to move with acceleration a. అంటే n place లో ఏం రాయొచ్చు? I can write in place of n as ma. So therefore I can write mu s into ma, because horizontal force is only one force. Vertically it is balanced. This is the only force which makes the truck move with acceleration a. So n is equal to ma and right. Ma is equal to mg, so that I can cancel m, and what is the value of a? A is equal to g by mu. A is equal to g by mu. This is the formula. This is the formula, important formula. With what acceleration the truck has to move? Question is, with what acceleration the truck has to move to make the block in contact with the truck. With what minimum acceleration, I can say? With what minimum acceleration the truck has to move to make the block in contact with the truck. Right? This is another question, another scenario. A is equal to g by mu. Right? A is equal to g by mu. Yeah. So let me go to another topic called angle of friction. Let me pause. I'll just final. So I wanted to explain what is meant by angle of friction. Angle of friction. ఇక్కడ angle లేదు ఇంకా. Angle I did not take yet. Right? Now when I pull the block with an applied force or external force F, and the block is just about to move, then you will get in the opposite direction, I will get a friction called limiting friction, because the block is about to move. Right? Now here, as you know, along the vertical direction, this weight of the block is balanced by normal force. Sorry. Right? And if I consider normal force and limiting frictional force as the two forces which are perpendicular to each other, as you know very well, you can find out the resultant, magnitude of resultant of two vectors, two forces, when they are perpendicular to each other. Now the resultant of these two forces, limiting frictional force and normal force, will be like this. I will denote this with R. R is called as resultant of limiting frictional force and normal force. Let me write here. R is what? R is resultant force of limiting frictional force and normal force. Now, if I construct a parallelogram and if I denote the angle phi here, phi is the angle made by the resultant of FL and N with normal. Phi is what? Phi అనేది దేంతో చేస్తున్న యాంగిల్? Phi అనేది రిజల్టెంట్ ఫోర్స్ కి నార్మల్ రియాక్షన్ ఫోర్స్ కి మధ్యలో ఉన్న యాంగిల్ phi. దాన్నే మనం యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రిక్షన్ అంటాం. and angle of friction is explained when the surface is horizontal. When the surface is horizontal, you will get angle of friction. Angle of friction ఎట్లా డిఫైన్ చేస్తాం ఇప్పుడు? Angle of friction, what is phi here? Phi is called as angle of friction. How can you define this? Angle of friction. Angle of friction is nothing but it is the angle between the resultant force of what? Resultant force of FL and normal force with which force? With normal force. With normal force. Angle between the resultant of FL and normal force. Limiting frictional force and normal force. Right? ఈ రెండిటికి రిజల్టెంట్ ఆర్ కదా. ఆర్ అంటే ఏంది? ఆర్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ రిజల్టెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఎఫ్ఎల్ అండ్ నార్మల్ ఫోర్స్ విత్ నార్మల్ ఫోర్స్. దట్ యాంగిల్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ నార్మల్ ఫ్రిక్షన్. ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ friction. Important. Now from this right angle triangle, if this is FL, this is also equal to FL. This is also equal to FL because these two are parallel lines. In a rectangle, if I construct a rectangle, opposite sides are same. Now from this right angle triangle, to angle phi, this is opposite side. To this angle phi, this is adjacent side. Once I know opposite side and adjacent side, you can calculate the value of phi. So how to find out phi now? What is the value of phi? What is the value of phi? I can find out when you know the formula for tan theta. Tan phi, because I know opposite side and I know adjacent side. To this phi, opposite side is limiting frictional force. To this phi, adjacent side is normal force. So tan phi is equal to opposite side upon normal force. Limiting frictional force by normal force. Or I can write phi is equal to tan inverse of limiting frictional force by normal force. Right? But you know the formula for limiting friction. What is that formula for limiting friction? But limiting friction is nothing but mu s into n. Mu s into n. Therefore, phi is equal to tan inverse of mu s into n by n, which comes out to be phi is equal to tan inverse mu s. So angle of friction is equal to tan inverse mu s. This is about angle of friction. Nothing much about this. We have another concept called angle of repose that we'll discuss next class. I will make another video by tomorrow. Let me upload these two videos. It is taking hell lot of time for me to upload. Thank you all. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Take care.